Right. It's known that people were living on this very spot as long ago as 400 BC, and the Indians used this area because it's very high in here, and of course the surrounding area was flooded much of the time with the Everglades. And when they came time to bring the troops from Fort Lauderdale down to Fort Dallas, they came right down through here. It was called Military Trail. And when they built the original Dixie Highway in 1915, same old spot, came right on through here. And as those Tin Lizzies came down, of course the natural thing for the kids to do was toss stuff overboard and into Arch Creek, and that's where we are here, right along the edge of Arch Creek. Now, lots of stuff has been found, and a lot of it's been found by school kids as they come in and sift the dirt that's been pumped out of here. Show you some of the other neat things. Look at that old milk bottle from, when was that? Do we know when that was from? The 20s? No, this is the 50s. This is a 50. I thought I had recognized the 20s like that. Here's a 1920s Anheuser-Busch bottle. It says on the bottom, AB Company. That's from the 1920s, and you might recognize this. A Yoo-Hoo bottle from the 50s. I always hated that stuff. I don't know why. They still make that, I think. And look at this thing. There's a DeSoto hubcap from the 50s. And this came out of that creek there. And as I said, a lot of times school kids have found some of this stuff. And what they do is they come out and they're given a screen thing like this, and there's a mound of dirt, and they dump the dirt in here with the trowel. And usually they come up with stuff like that. There's from the early 1900s a piece of glass, some Indian pottery that's much older than that. This is very, very light, and you might be able to see the little lines right on there indicating that's part of pottery. And some of these other pieces are some pieces of pottery as well, and the folks here at the park can actually tell them how old the stuff is and where it might have come from. It's a real interesting exercise for school kids to come out. They bring in dirt from the surrounding area when they excavate, and they make a big mound, and then they come in and kind of sift through it. Now, the reason this has become such a significant area, you see the creek, well, the old natural bridge right now, that's been reconstructed now, but that's been there forever, essentially, a bridge across Arch Creek. So the Indians used it, and the soldiers used it, and they used it for Dixie Highway as well. Show you a couple other interesting things here when we come back to Arch Creek, but let's check your neighborhood weather this afternoon on a really magnificent day. Once again, it seemed like we left you with great weather last week, and we're back here with great weather this week. North Miami, we need a weather watcher here, so if you're in North Miami and you'd like to be a weather watcher, write to me at Channel 10. Up through Palm Beach County and Broward County, just magnificent weather, but boy, do we need rain. We're still very, very dry here for this time of year. Miramar 82 and really pretty weather. At Key West, 81 and sunshine. Along Key, nice day in 84. And down through the Keys now, the winds are going to be picking up some tomorrow, and will be from the southwest. That's quite a warm direction for us, so we're looking for a warm day here. 82 at Miami today, generally around 80 around the state, but 88 up there in Orlando already. Here at Archcreek Park on the North Miami Beach side, we're at 84, pushing 85 degrees, definitely feeling a little more like summer. You may have heard of a coontie plant. I had never seen one, but here they are. This was the most significant crop in the early history of South Florida, kind of like a potato, and they'd make a dish called compty, kind of a pressed thing. It's a starch, and the economy down here ran on coontie mills, and there was one here right in this area. Another interesting thing here at Archcreek Park, North Miami Beach line. Okay, let's go ahead and see what's on that satellite picture, close-up shot. Nothing significant down here, some clouds to the north. You see what's happening to those clouds on the satellite loop. For the most part, they're going to stay to the north, but we do have a little weather disturbance moving by us, causing lots and lots of thunderstorms and heavy rain across the south. But most of the activity will be to our north, but we can't rule out a slight chance of a shower here late tomorrow afternoon. Okay, the forecast now for the boaters. The winds are going to start picking up, so small craft should use caution here. Winds south to southwest tomorrow, so that's a fairly warm direction for us. 15 to 20 knots, seas 4 to 6 feet, bay water's choppy, and a surf at 73. There's the high and low tide at Government Cut. We continue in a weather pattern that brings us moderate air quality, quite high today in Broward at 86. So for tonight, nice and mild, a beautiful South Florida night coming up with a low temperature about 70. And for tomorrow, breezy and warm and a slight chance of a late afternoon or evening shower, high about 84, maybe a couple degrees warmer than that in some of the inland areas. Now, this weekend, as part of Dade Heritage Days, they're having big festivities here, an old-timers social, and they're going to have square dancing and picnicking, and what they want is folks that have been around Dade County since the beginning or in the past to come by and kind of share stories and photographs and that kind of thing. We're 135th Street and Biscayne Boulevard, Archcreek Park. Really a fascinating place to bring the kids and look at some of the old South Florida history. It all happened right here.
Brian, can you bring your own sifter?
Yeah, sure.
And you take it all home with you, right?
That's right.
Okay.
One can only imagine what would happen if we turned you loose in Egypt.
Don't think about it.
That's a thought.
Bye, Brian.
Take care.
Still